Triple M, Pablo for breakfast. Time to get that brain going. Thursday thoughts, of course, with our wellness coach and author. And that's the key bit I want to mention this morning. Andrew Jobling with us once again. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Pablo. How are you, mate?
I'm good, and you're about to pack your bags in a couple of months, head over to Bali, and I thought this is a good time to talk about it because I was watching a video on your website the other day, and you were speaking about the fact that 20 years ago, life was very different. You had a failing cafe, you were a PT, you'd never written a book, and you decided on a whim, I'm going to write a book. And your life's really transformed since then.
Who would ever believe? Hey, I still pinch myself 20 plus years later that I could sit here being an author, and I've written 8 books now. But yeah, I was in a dark place for sure, in debt, working 7 days a week, and really very broken and lost. And I think the key thing for me was a question that I asked myself, and I sat there, head in my hands, going, Andrew, this is not the life you want. How do you want to live? And all of a sudden I started thinking about, first time ever I'd asked myself that question. So I started thinking about this life of joy because I wasn't living with joy at the time. I thought about time to do stuff and the ability to help people and make money and travel and all these amazing things. And I'm just sitting there just in this fantasy world when the reality was my life was absolutely in the toilet. And out of nowhere comes this idea to write a book. Like, honestly, I cannot tell you where it came from because it made no sense. I had no time, no background, no skills, no qualifications, no idea how to do it. Yet it seemed to be at that time the thing that could open up and help me create that life I visualized. And so off I went. I'm very spontaneous. So I started writing, and within a couple of years, I'd published my first book. 2 years after that, I was out of debt and retired from personal training, and now here I am effectively living the life that I visualized all that time ago, which just to reinforce to me the power of vision and the power of really understanding what you want in your life.
It's a very, very cool story. And I guess that's, you would have learnt so much over the last 2 decades navigating that path as well for writing. And I know a lot of people say this, I've got a book in me. I just don't know how to get it to paper. Do you hear that a lot?
I do. I hear it a lot, and I work with a lot of people at the moment and trying to help them not just write a book. And I think the biggest mistake where a lot of people on the journey of becoming an author, they think it's about the book, and it's never about the book. It's always about what that book can do for you, for others, what doors it can open, what opportunities it can create, what income it can help you develop. The book is such a powerful thing, and that's why I'm really passionate about helping people, and that's why I'm going to be going to Bali in July to be running a 7-day retreat for anyone who wants to not just, come to Bali. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing too, particularly in July when you live in Melbourne, mate. Bali is a very attractive option, but to hang around like-minded people, just to take yourself away from the stresses of life and really focus on your vision and what you want, and a book that could really help you achieve it. And that's what the 7 days is about, just to help people get into the right headspace, create the right vision, and then understand the process of becoming a successful. The key is successful author, not an author, but an author that actually helps people and impacts lives and opens doors for themselves.
And I guess that's one of the key things, right? Like, you can probably pump out a book, and then you're like, now what? What do I do? What do I do with it?
That's where most people are, Pablo.
Yeah.
Most people get the book and they don't have the resources, the time, the money, the help, the support. So they end up with boxes of books in their garage that never see the light of day. And that is, in my mind, tragic.
Yeah.
Tragic, because every book written has got, whether it's a story or it's self-help or whether it's autobiographical, it's got inspiration that people need to read. And if you write a book and it doesn't get into people's hands, then it's not going to have the impact that people want it to have. So my goal is to help people actually get it into the hands of people where it can really have the greatest impact. And that's the whole vision and journey that I'm trying to take people on.
So give us the details. It's happening in Ubud in Bali?
Yep, it's in Ubud. It's in Bali. It's July 23rd. Well, let's say July 22nd to July 29th. And everything's covered and included from the moment you touch down in Bali to the moment you leave. We'll be in control of everything and take you on this wonderful adventure. And if people want to find out more, they can reach out to me absolutely. You can do that via my website, andrewjobling.com.au. But there's also a landing page, which is andrewjobling.com.au /I-am-author. So it's I am author is the retreat. But if people want to ask questions, they can more than welcome to contact me and say, hey, Andrew, tell me more about this retreat. Would love to sit down with someone and tell them why they should come to Bali with me, because it's going to be cool. There's obviously limited spots available, so people need to jump on it. And because, you guys are in WA, it's a left foot drop punt, mate, to get to Bali.
it's a skip over the puddle, really.
It is. It's over the ditch, as the Kiwis would say. So that's, yeah. But, mate, I appreciate the opportunity to have a chat about it, because it's something I'm incredibly excited about and very passionate to help people get the book out of them and into the world.
So if you think you've got a book in you, you've always wanted to write one, this could be the retreat for you. Andrew Jobling will get that book out of you, set you up, and give you the keys, really, as you mentioned before, to get it out there and what the process is. So andrewjobling.com.au, the website. Mate, Thursday Thoughts will be back next week. Chat to you then.
Thanks, Pablo.